The yellow reason the settlers first came to the New World was, of course, also known as gold. And gold has been found right in Beacon Hill Brook in New Haven County. Spruce Brook is one of the most beautiful ravines in the state. And under the cliff along the Pagasa Trail are the remains of a Native American chipping ground where they made arrowheads. A lot of arrowheads are found right there. It is an interesting that a chipping place for Native Americans is where Thomas Sanford invented matches. The Diamond Match Company bought the invention for $10. The Thimble Islands, just offshore in Brantford, contain over 100 small islands there, but the most are just rocks protruding from the water, basically a boarding castle, more than anything. The Native American name for these islands meant beautiful sea rocks. However, there are some islands that are just large enough to have some lost loot buried on them. One of those islands is called High Island. It is here that a kid treasure was buried in 1699. He is said to have hidden his ship near this island in the natural harbor, and that he used it for his Connecticut headquarters. Another island that harbors kids' treasure is Money Island. Here he buried treasure in an underwater cavern. Now, of course, bear in mind whether this was kids or another pirates that was attributed to Kid, it doesn't really matter. The fact is, the clues are pointing us there. Now, in Sackett's Cave in North Brantford, valuable Native American artifacts were discovered. However, the use of dynamite, perhaps to open the cavern, has blocked part of the main entrance, unfortunately, to the main cave. Bridgeport. Now, in this town, which is also known as Newfield and Stratfield, is located in Fairfield County, and the Native American names, which are important, are Pequannock, Paquannocky, Pequannocky, which means cleared field. A battle with the Pequots is said to have been fought near Parter's Rock, Parter's Rock, Porter apostrophe S Rock. This was the site of a Native American village as well. During the Revolutionary War and also in the War of 1812, Grover's Hill Fort protected the harbor. Old ruins are found throughout the area. The American steamer Lexington was shipwrecked here. Bridgeport also claims to be the landing site for the Norsemen. They landed on the mouth of Pequannock River. So, as you can see, a lot is going on, historically speaking, in Bridgeport. So it's certainly a good idea to explore this area as well. Now let's talk a little bit about something called Bristol Mines, which obviously they are located in Bristol. This town was also known, if you look historically, was also known as New Cambridge. One of the mines was called Penny Pat, named after one of the girlfriends of a miner. And it is considered a very rich site, but very hard to get to. And two of the most distinguished mineralogists in that time, Professor Stillman, Professor James Dana Whitney, both from Yale, examined the mine in 1855 and were amazed at the great quality of copper there. And lead also was found there. And the reason why this is very exciting is because lead is usually found with gold and silver. And so everybody was hoping the gold's going to be found over there as well. And it was found about 23 feet underground in the adjoining meadow by Everett Horton in 1896 near his shop on Oak Street. In 1907, so workmen excavating for the Wallace Barnes plant found 6 gold nuggets. This was on West Oak Street, so perhaps the nuggets were washed down from the South Mountain by Ivy Brook. There was also soapstone quarry there, according to Native American legend. On Goose Street, relics of unfinished soapstone pieces were found. Native American relics, basically arrowheads, were found on Grove Street, and on top of Kelly's Hill. And these were thought to be the artifacts of the Tunksiks tribe, which it was non-warlike tribe, but they used the arrowheads as protection from the ever-feared Mohawks of New York. Now, there is another interesting place called Witch's Rock. Witch's Rock is an area where cellar holes have been found near Fall Mountain. If you enjoyed this program, please subscribe, like it, and share it. A large pirate treasure is hidden in the town of Brooklyn in Windham County. Just so you know. Now, many gems were found in a town called Cromwell. And those gems that were found there are not found anywhere else in New England. The types of gems are various types of garnet, beryl, and tourmaline, if you are interested in gemstones. Many Native American relics also have been found on the Connecticut River in North Cromwell. Coast Guard is located, it's not a city, is located on Mianus River, Mianus River. The name comes from the name of a friendly Native American chief who is buried in the old Indian burial grounds. Just north of this point, on the Strickland Brook, there was a bloody battle between the Dutch and the tribe who inhabited the region in 1646. Now let's move on to Danbury. This town was also known as Pahquioque, spelling Pahquioque, and also was known as Beantown. Why Beantown? Because it was due to excellent beans that were found there. There is also a legend that states that the land here was bought from the Native Americans with 1 bag of beans. There are some very interesting place names in the area that might be worth more research to find the lost treasures. So again, pay attention to the names given by the Indians. So here you go. Pinchgut, Pinchgut, Pinchgut. Mushing Tub. Actually, Mushing Tub is a swamp, so the whole name is Mushing Tub Swamp. Squabble Hill, Cattail Mountain, Monkey Town, and Dodging Town. In 1707, there was a fort built. This town was raided in April of 1776 by the British, known as Tryon's Raid. You can research that a little bit more. The terrified townspeople hid in surrounding swamp, perhaps and most likely taking the valuable possessions with them, or perhaps they hid them before leaving. Danbury was actually the British headquarters for a time. Now, between 1780 and 1782, George Washington came through this town while on the march from Yorktown. General Rochambeau's army camped here in Plum Meadow Grove. Today is a cemetery. Now, this trail really might be worth exploring because obviously military troops leave artifacts behind them. If you enjoyed this program, please subscribe, like it, and share it.